Hello and welcome to my first Build With Me video. We're over in the Ladyhill map today on Farming Simulator 2025 and we're going to make just a really little simple equestrian property today. We're going to include a stable block, a ménage and just a couple of simple fields. So this is a stable mod that is available on Farming Simulator 2025. It's not great, it looks good, but it's not the best in terms of actually using with the horses in the game. But I'm going to do another video reviewing stable mods and we'll talk more about that then. So with this mod you do get a fence which you can customise, you can make it your own shape. So we're just popping that around the edge now. There we go. And there's our stable block. And the rest is a blank canvas for us to fill with that beautiful background. Absolutely stunning views. So we've got our stables in. So I think down this bottom we're going to add in our riding arena. So I find an easy way to do this is to get a big garage or machine hall or shed from the menu and just place it down and then delete it. Now it's a bit of a cheat, but what that does is it flattens the area of your arena for you and it's a perfect rectangle, so you don't have to try and draw one yourself. So look at that, absolutely perfect place for arena. Now depending on how flat your field is, you will get some ground movement and slopes around the edge. This one we haven't really because it's a fairly flat field, but sometimes you will have to then smooth the edges round, but I'll go through that in another video on a more hilly field. So what I tend to do then is add a fence around the edge, usually one like this, just a plain post and rail wooden fence. And again, it's just so easy to keep those lines straight when you've got something to work with. Now you can add a gate there if you wanted to, but I usually leave it clear. It makes it a lot easier to go in and out on your horse without a gate. And there we are, a lovely arena with that stunning view. Look at that mist, farm in the background. Blue sky, lovely. Right, we then need a surface. We're not going to ride around on concrete, so in the painting section there's various amounts of textures, so I usually find on most maps the animal mud is the closest thing we can get really to an arena surface. Kind of gives the look of sand, so it's quite effective. It's a nice soft surface, and we just fill in our rectangle we've made with that. I usually go over the edge a little bit, over the fence, and then add grass back around the edge to tidy them up. Look at that, perfect, lovely arena. So we can also add any obstacles for the horses. So I've gone for some little fences. They're just wooden logs in the decorations. And now these I absolutely love. I think they are construction poles, but they make brilliant trotting poles. Very realistic, if you know, you know. So I usually place them like so. A few trotting poles and a little gap for a little canter pole. And again, if you know, you know. Now, yes, I do check the horse's stride and check it is suitable distance for the horse and tweak if I need to, but we'll go into that in more detail another day as well. So next to this arena we've got a lovely big open space, and I think what we're going to have here is a nice big open paddock. So as well as the stable mods, there are lots of different field mods as well. They basically come with a trough and a feeding area, and you can make the outside of the field pretty much the shape and size you want it to now within reason. It used to always come as a rectangle, which used to be really frustrating. I used to overlap them all in a massive space to give the illusion of a big field. Those days are gone. We can now make nice big open fields for horses to wander around in. So let's add some horses. As you can see, there's a variety of different colours. We can have grey, skewbald, palomino, bay, dun, black. Absolutely lovely. Right, and there they are, bringing some life to the build. You would then have to fill your feed points and your water points and possibly straw in some mods to your stables and field. Again, we can look at that in more detail when we do a stable mod review. So a couple of horses in this mod stable, they just wander around the back in the field. And here we are, it's coming together. So I think next we're going to have a little tidy up of this path, just to make that a little bit neater. And then we'll start looking at adding some decorations. And that's really when you can make it your own, however you like. So as you can see, I've added some wrapped bales. I absolutely love that mod, it's a fairly new one. I'm going to be using that a lot, it's very realistic. Then I've gone to silos and added this small muck heap. And I'm also going to pop in some more paint there, just to give the illusion that some straw manure has been there. Now if you go to selling points, there is a muck heap which does have manure and straw heaped in it, but it is quite big. It's just a bit too big for this build, so we're going to stick with the little one. It does the job quite nicely. Okay, next I think we're going to add some of these barrels, and I think they always look quite good dotted about a stable yard. People to soak the hays in, keep feeding. I always usually put some in a feed room build. Again, I'll do another video of that another day. And you can just see on the menu on the left here just how many different things there are in the decoration menu now. Just to add that little bit of real life to your build and more detail. So I usually use this on my stable builds. Looks a bit like a tack locker. Always looks good by a stable door. And this rubber skip bucket is pretty good as well. It's a bit on the large side, but it's a pretty realistic addition. So this little decoration mod I often use next to my arenas, just as a little viewing area. It's just a little shelter really with some seats in. So we're also going to add some detail using the textures as well as the decorations. So we're just going to go around the edge of these paths just to make them a little bit less clean looking, a little bit more lived in, add a little bit of dirt just around the edges just to blend in that path next to that grass. It really does make quite a bit of difference. There's a few textures you can use for this. There's the animal mud, there's dirt, there's forest floor. Forest floor is quite good because it has little bits of leaves and twigs in it. And you can also use a mixture of all of it. I'm going to go around the bales. and down towards the entrance. So as well as around the paths, we're going to do around the gateways. Now it is summertime at the moment, so we're not going to make it too muddy, but we're just going to make a little bit of dirt there and the grass a little bit shorter. Just to add those realistic textures in. And we're going to add just a few bushes in, just to add a bit more depth and make it look a little bit less tidy, a little bit more realistic. We're going to add some little walkways around the fences. Again, if you know, you know. Your horse is waiting to come in, they're waiting for the tea. The grass soon gets walked away in those little areas. And then we're also going to add in the plant section some of these wild flowers. Again, this is quite a new decoration mod addition, but it's becoming a firm favourite already. It just looks so good, especially along the fence line. It really just gives it that natural feel. Absolutely love it. And let's have a look then, it's all coming together. That mist in the background, oh, it's just stunning. I love it. We've also got those straw bales added in under that shelter. That's quite a new addition as well. And it's absolutely going to be a game changer for me. The hours I have spent stacking bales of straw just for pure decoration really, and now I can just click of a button have that. It just really nicely fit under that shelter as well, which was really nice. So yeah, really chuffed with that. So I've decided to add a few more trees in. Because you can never have too many trees really. Look how beautiful they are. And those wild flowers on the right there. Oh, love it. Horse grazing away. Birds in the sky. Love it. You can see now, just with a few additions, it's gone from something really quite bare to now looking pretty much like a working yard now. Also bought a trailer down from the shop and just left that just to the left there. Those wildflowers again, oh, love them. And lovely bales. See how that gateway just makes such a difference. So I popped a horse in there. I don't actually go in there, I had to jump over the fence, but we'll talk about that later. Oh, the blue sky, lovely. Happy horse. And there we have it, we have made our equestrian property. And let's have a go in this school. So not forgetting of course the cottage as well. Gonna use those wildflowers again just to add a nice little front garden. Also added a little bit more grass texture. And I think around the front door we're going to add a little light and also some little flower pots. Have one there and one just there. Perfect. And we've added a few little bits at the back, some chickens, a greenhouse, and you can see also there's a bridle path in the background. It really is, oh, I love this map, it's definitely my favourite. And there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more coming soon.